The Glassmaker's Daughter. Once upon a time, in a small village by the sea, there was a glassmaker named Thomas. Thomas was known far and wide for his beautiful glass creations. People from different parts of the world came to buy his vases, bowls, and figurines, each piece shimmering like the sea under the sun. Thomas had a daughter named Lily. Lily grew up among the colors and the light of the glass her father made. From a young age, she was fascinated by the way her father could transform sand into something so beautiful. She watched him work, learning the craft by observing his skilled hands. But there was a secret in Thomas's glass, a magic that not many knew. The glass didn't just look like the sea, it carried its essence. Thomas could capture the essence of the sea because he had a special gift, a gift he planned to pass on to Lily when the time was right. As Lily grew older, she began to work alongside her father, her hands slowly learning the dance of glassmaking. She learned to mix the sands, to manage the fierce heat of the furnace, and to shape the molten glass into forms as delicate as bubbles. Yet, she longed to know the secret of her father's magic. One day, Thomas decided it was time to share his secret with Lily. He took her to the shore at dawn when the sea was a mirror of the sky. The essence of the sea, he said, is not just in its beauty, but in its strength and its calm. To capture it, you must listen and feel. You must become one with the sea. Lily listened. She closed her eyes and felt the sea breeze on her skin, the gentle roar of the waves, the call of the gulls. She opened her heart to the sea, and in that moment, she understood. She carried this understanding back to the workshop, to the furnace and the glass. Her first creation was a small bowl, as blue as the deepest ocean. When she held it up to the light, it seemed as though the sea itself moved within it. Her father smiled, knowing Lily had found the magic. News of Lily's sea glass spread, attracting more visitors to their small workshop. People were amazed by how her pieces not only captured the look of the sea but its spirit too. Each piece felt like holding a part of the sea in your hands. But with fame came challenges. A wealthy merchant from a distant city offered Lily a fortune to leave her village and work exclusively for him. He promised fame and wealth beyond imagination. Lily was tempted. It was an opportunity to share her work with even more people. She struggled with the decision, torn between her love for her home and the possibilities the merchant offered. It was then she remembered the calm she felt by the sea, the strength it gave her. She realized that her magic came from her connection to her home, to the sea, and to her father's teachings. Lily kindly refused the merchant's offer, choosing instead to stay in her village by the sea. She continued to work, her glass reflecting not just the sea's beauty but its strength, its calm, and its freedom. Years went by, and Lily became a master glassmaker like her father before her. She taught her own children the craft, and the secret of the sea's essence. The magic of their glassmaking continued, a treasure of their small village, a reminder of the beauty and depth of the sea, and of the heart and soul poured into each piece by the glassmaker's daughter.
Lily's reputation as a master glassmaker brought many visitors to the village. Among them was a young artist named Alex, who was fascinated by the colors and shapes of Lily's glass. He wanted to learn from her, to understand how she captured the essence of the sea in something as fragile as glass. Lily was hesitant at first. Her gift was a closely guarded secret, shared only within her family. But she saw a genuine passion in Alex's eyes, a love for art that mirrored her own. So, she agreed to teach him, but only if he promised to respect the sea and the village that had nurtured her talent. Alex eagerly accepted her conditions and began his apprenticeship. He was a quick learner, absorbing every detail Lily shared about the craft. But when it came to capturing the sea's essence, he struggled. He could mimic the colors and the shapes, but his creations lacked the life of Lily's. Seeing his frustration, Lily took Alex to the shore, just as her father had done with her. "You must listen," she told him. "The sea speaks to those who are willing to hear." Alex listened. He closed his eyes and let the sounds and the smells of the sea envelop him. For the first time, he felt a connection to something far greater than himself. Inspired by this experience, Alex returned to the workshop with a new sense of purpose. Under Lily's guidance, he learned to pour his feelings into his work, to let the sea flow through him and into the glass. Slowly, his pieces began to change, gaining a depth and a beauty that surprised them both. Lily and Alex worked side by side, their creations becoming a blend of their talents and visions. The village prospered, its fame growing as people came not just for the glass, but to experience the magic of the place where the sea met the craft. As the years passed, Lily saw her father in Alex, his dedication, and his love for the glass. She knew that her father's legacy was secure, that the magic of their craft would continue long after she was gone. The village became a haven for artists, drawn by the stories of Lily and Alex and the glass that held the sea. They came to learn, to create, and to be part of the community that had grown around the workshop. Lily often stood on the shore, looking out at the sea that had given her so much. She thought of her father, of Alex, and of all the people who had been touched by their work. She felt a deep sense of peace, knowing that she had found her place in the world. And so, the glassmaker's daughter lived a full and happy life, surrounded by friends, family, and the sea that had inspired her. Her legacy was not just in the glass that shimmered with the essence of the sea, but in the community she had helped build, a place where art and nature lived in harmony.
One day, a little girl from the village came to Lily with a special request. She wanted a glass figurine of a dolphin, her favorite animal. The girl had saved her pocket money for months, hoping to buy something that captured the spirit of the sea creature she loved so much. Lily was touched by the girl's dedication and decided to make it her next project. Lily and Alex worked together on the dolphin figurine, paying close attention to every detail. They wanted to make sure it reflected the joy and freedom dolphins represented. When they finally presented it to the girl, her eyes lit up with happiness. Holding the glass dolphin in her hands, she felt as if she was holding a piece of the sea itself. The smile on the girl's face reminded Lily of why she loved her work so much. This moment sparked a new idea in Lily's heart. She wanted to create a special collection of glass animals, each one representing a different creature of the sea. Alex loved the idea, and they began sketching designs for seahorses, turtles, whales, and more. As they worked on this new collection, Lily felt a renewed sense of purpose. She saw it as a way to teach others about the beauty and importance of marine life. She hoped that those who bought her glass animals would feel a connection to the sea and be inspired to protect it. The sea animal collection was a huge success. People were amazed by the beauty and detail of each piece. They appreciated the message behind the work, and many shared stories of their own experiences with the sea. The collection brought the community closer together, united by a love for the ocean. Lily's workshop became more than just a place to buy glass art. It turned into a center for environmental awareness, with information about marine conservation efforts and how people could help. Lily and Alex hosted talks and workshops, teaching others not only about glassmaking but also about the importance of caring for the sea. Years went by, and Lily's impact on the village and beyond continued to grow. She became known not just as a master glassmaker, but as an advocate for the sea. Her work inspired others to see the beauty of the ocean and to work towards its preservation. Lily's daughter, Emma, grew up watching her mother and Alex work. She saw the passion they put into their art and the difference they made in the world. Inspired by their example, Emma decided she wanted to join the family business and carry on the tradition of making glass that told a story. Emma brought new ideas and energy to the workshop. She experimented with different techniques and materials, always looking for ways to push the boundaries of glassmaking. Together, the three of them continued to innovate, keeping the magic of the sea alive in every piece they created. As an old woman, Lily looked back on her life with a sense of fulfillment. She had followed her heart, stayed true to her roots, and made a difference in the world. Surrounded by family, friends, and the sea she loved so much, she knew she had lived a life full of purpose and beauty. The legacy of the glassmaker's daughter lived on, not just in the sparkling glass that adorned homes around the world, but in the hearts of all those she had touched with her art and her love for the sea.
The village where Lily lived became a beacon for people who sought beauty and inspiration. Artists, environmentalists, and tourists from around the world visited, drawn by the stories of the glassmaker who could capture the essence of the ocean in her work. The local economy flourished, and the villagers embraced the newcomers, sharing their traditions and way of life with pride. Lily's influence extended beyond the confines of her workshop. Schools from nearby towns began organizing field trips to the village, eager for their students to learn about art, conservation, and the importance of following one's passion. Lily and Alex welcomed these young minds, sharing their knowledge and sparking a sense of wonder in the next generation. One summer, the village hosted a festival to celebrate the sea. There were workshops, art exhibits, and talks on marine conservation. Lily and Alex were at the heart of the festivities, unveiling a new collection of glasswork that told the story of the ocean's fragile beauty. The festival became an annual event, drawing even larger crowds and fostering a community dedicated to protecting the natural world. Lily's commitment to the environment led her to collaborate with marine conservation groups. She donated a portion of her sales to fund ocean cleanup projects and endangered species protection. Her work became a symbol of hope and action, showing that creativity and dedication can contribute to meaningful change. As the years passed, the small village transformed into a hub of art and environmentalism, with Lily's workshop as its crown jewel. The bond between the villagers grew stronger, united by a shared mission to preserve the beauty of their home and the planet. Lily's story inspired people far beyond her village. A documentary filmmaker captured her journey, showcasing her art, her dedication to the sea, and the impact she had on her community. The film was shown at festivals and schools, spreading her message to a global audience. Despite her success, Lily remained humble and focused on her craft. She spent her days in the workshop, experimenting with new designs and techniques. Her hands, though aged, moved with the same precision and grace as in her youth. The sea continued to be her muse, its endless depths and mysteries a source of constant inspiration. Alex, ever by her side, marveled at Lily's unwavering passion. Together, they had built something remarkable, a legacy that would outlive them. They had taught countless others the value of art and the importance of caring for the earth. As Lily looked towards the future, she saw a world where her grandchildren and their grandchildren continued the tradition of glassmaking and environmental stewardship. She imagined the sea, vibrant and teeming with life, cherished and protected by generations to come. In the twilight of her life, Lily knew she had achieved something extraordinary. She had lived a life full of purpose, love, and creativity. The glassmaker's daughter, once a curious child playing on the shore, had become a beacon of hope and inspiration. Her legacy, like the glass she crafted, would shimmer brightly for years to come, a testament to the power of art and the enduring call of the sea.
Emma, Lily's daughter, grew up with the sea and glass as her playmates. Under her mother and Alex's guidance, she learned to see the world through an artist's eyes. Emma's first solo project was a series of small, glass sea stars. Each one was unique, capturing the delicate beauty of these creatures. Her work was a tribute to the sea life she had always loved. The village's children looked up to Emma. They saw her as a role model, someone who had followed her dreams and was making a difference in the world. Emma took the time to teach them the basics of glassmaking, hoping to ignite a spark of creativity in their young minds. She believed that art could change the world, one piece at a time. Lily watched Emma with pride. She saw her own passion reflected in her daughter's eyes. Together, they planned a new project, a large installation that would celebrate the ocean's diversity. It would be placed in the village square, a gift to the community that had supported them for so long. The project took months of hard work. Lily, Alex, and Emma poured their hearts into creating a masterpiece. It featured glass representations of coral reefs, fish, and marine plants. When it was unveiled, the entire village came to see. They were amazed by the beauty and detail of the installation. It was a reminder of the ocean's wonders, right in the heart of their village. This installation brought even more visitors to the village. People came not just to see Lily's workshop, but also to experience the community's connection to the sea. The village became known as a place where art and nature lived in harmony. Lily's health began to fade as she grew older, but her spirit remained strong. She spent her days by the sea, sketching new designs and teaching Emma everything she knew. Lily wanted to ensure that her love for the ocean and glassmaking would continue long after she was gone. On a warm summer evening, Lily passed away peacefully, surrounded by her family and the sound of the waves. The village mourned her loss, but they also celebrated her life. Lily had touched so many people, teaching them to see the beauty in the world around them. After Lily's passing, Emma took over the workshop. She felt the weight of her mother's legacy but was determined to carry it forward. Emma introduced new ideas and techniques, always mindful of the lessons her mother had taught her. The village continued to thrive, a testament to Lily's vision. The annual Sea Festival grew, attracting artists and conservationists from around the world. It was a place where people came together to share their love for the ocean and their commitment to protecting it. Lily's story became a legend in the village, a tale of a girl who loved the sea and turned that love into a life of beauty and purpose. Her legacy lived on in the glass that sparkled in the sunlight, in the vibrant sea life that thrived beneath the waves, and in the hearts of all those she had inspired. Lily, the glassmaker's daughter, had shown the world that even the simplest materials could be transformed into something extraordinary, just like the ordinary moments in life that, when looked at with love, revealed their true beauty.
The village by the sea continued to flourish, with Emma at the helm of the glassmaking workshop. She introduced workshops for anyone who wanted to learn, ensuring that the craft her mother loved so much would not be forgotten. People from all walks of life came to learn, drawn by the stories of Lily and her beautiful creations that mirrored the ocean's splendor. Emma also started a program for the village's children, just as her mother had done for her. She wanted to ensure that the younger generation understood the importance of the ocean and the environment. Through glassmaking, she taught them about recycling, conservation, and the beauty of creating something with one's own hands. The ocean, which had always been a source of inspiration for Lily and Emma, was now a central part of the village's identity. The villagers organized beach cleanups and worked on projects to protect marine life. They understood that their livelihoods, the tourists that visited, and the inspiration for their art came from the sea. Protecting it was not just a duty but a necessity. Alex, who had been by Lily's side from the beginning, continued to support Emma. He managed the business side of the workshop, allowing Emma to focus on her art and teaching. He saw in Emma the same passion that had driven Lily, and he did everything he could to nurture it. The village became a model for sustainable living. Other communities came to learn from them, inspired by how they had balanced growth with environmental protection. Emma often spoke at these gatherings, sharing her mother's vision and how it had transformed not just their village, but also the lives of those who lived there. On quiet evenings, Emma would walk along the beach, just as her mother had. She felt Lily's presence in the sound of the waves and the cool breeze on her face. It was during these walks that she found inspiration for her next pieces, visions of the sea that she would bring to life in her workshop. Emma's reputation as an artist grew, and her work was exhibited in galleries far beyond the village. Yet, she always returned to the sea, to the community that had nurtured her talent and her spirit. She knew that her success was not just her own, but a testament to her mother's legacy and the collective efforts of the village. The annual Sea Festival became an event known across the country, a celebration of art, environmental awareness, and community. Emma unveiled a new piece each year, dedicating it to the villagers and the sea that had given them so much. As time passed, the village's children, who had grown up attending Emma's workshops, began to make their own contributions. They brought new ideas and energy, ensuring that the village remained a vibrant, evolving community. They were the next generation of guardians for the sea, armed with the knowledge and passion passed down from Lily through Emma to them. Lily's story and the village's transformation became a beacon of hope and inspiration for people everywhere. It showed that with passion, community, and respect for the natural world, it's possible to create a little piece of paradise on earth. Lily's dream of living in harmony with the sea had become a reality, a legacy that would continue to grow and inspire for generations to come.
Emma decided to start a yearly art competition for the village's children, to keep their creativity and love for the sea alive. She called it the Lily Award, in memory of her mother. Every year, children would create art pieces inspired by the sea, using materials from the beach or recycled goods. It was not just a competition, it was a celebration of creativity, environmental awareness, and community spirit. The beach became more than just a place for gathering shells or watching the sunset. It became a classroom where Emma taught the children about the different types of marine life, the importance of clean oceans, and how art can be a powerful tool for change. These lessons on the sand, with the sound of the waves in the background, were lessons the children remembered and cherished. The village's efforts to protect the ocean started to have a visible impact. The beach was cleaner, and there were more fish in the sea. The coral reefs, which had been in danger, began to thrive again. This success story attracted environmentalists and marine biologists who came to study and learn from the village. The village became a living lab, a place where practical actions and love for the environment made a real difference. Emma's workshop became a hub not just for glassmaking but for community meetings where villagers discussed new ideas to protect the sea and support each other's sustainable businesses. It was a place where old and young shared stories and dreams, where the spirit of Lily lived on in every corner. Tourists who visited the village were touched by its beauty and the warmth of its people. They didn't just come for the beaches, they came to be part of a community that lived differently, that chose to care. Many left inspired, taking a piece of the village's philosophy with them, spreading the message of environmental care and community spirit far and wide. As years passed, Emma saw her own children grow up with the same love for the sea and art. They, too, started to contribute their ideas, blending traditional techniques with new technologies to create innovative art pieces. This fusion of old and new enriched the village's culture and art, ensuring it remained vibrant and relevant. The village's success in combining art, environmental care, and community living became a model for other communities around the world. Delegations visited to learn, and Emma was often invited to share their story, which she did with humility and pride. She knew that every place had its own unique challenges and strengths, but she believed that the core principles of love for nature, creativity, and community could be adapted anywhere. During one of her beach walks, Emma found a piece of glass smoothed by the sea. It was a reminder of how her mother started, with a single piece of sea glass and a dream. Emma realized that the journey they had been on was about much more than glass. It was about seeing potential in the overlooked, about transformation and resilience, about creating beauty and hope from what was once discarded. The village library started a collection of books and films about environmental protection, art, and community living, inspired by Emma's family story. It became a resource center for visitors and villagers alike, a place of learning and inspiration. Emma donated her mother's journals and sketches, making sure the history and heart behind their work were preserved for future generations. As Emma sat on the beach one evening, watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of gold and pink, she felt a deep sense of peace. The journey her mother had started, which she had carried on, was now a shared legacy, a testament to the power of dreams and the strength of community. The village, once just a quiet place by the sea, was now a beacon of hope, a place where the harmony between humans and nature was not just a dream, but a living, breathing reality.
Emma thought about the future and how she could help the village grow even more. She decided to start a small library in her workshop where people could learn about glassmaking, art, and caring for the environment. She collected books and videos and invited experts to give talks and workshops. This way, everyone could keep learning and sharing new ideas. The library became a popular place in the village. Children and adults came to read and learn. Emma was happy to see her dream of spreading knowledge and love for the environment coming true. She remembered how her mother always said that learning never ends, and now she was helping others to see that too. In the summer, Emma organized a big festival by the beach. It was a celebration of art, nature, and community. There were games for children, art displays, and food made by the villagers. People from nearby places came to enjoy the festival. It was a day full of joy, and Emma felt her mother's presence stronger than ever, smiling down on them. After the festival, more visitors started coming to the village. They were interested in seeing the beautiful glass art and learning about the village's way of life. Emma welcomed them and shared her story. Many were inspired by the village's efforts to protect the ocean and live in harmony with nature. Emma also started a project to plant trees and flowers around the village. She wanted to make the place even more beautiful and help the environment. Everyone joined in, and soon the village was surrounded by greenery. It attracted birds and butterflies, adding to the natural beauty of the place. The success of Emma's workshop and the village's initiatives caught the attention of the government. They offered support for environmental projects and recognized the village as a model for sustainable living. This support helped to start new projects like solar energy for homes and a recycling program. Emma felt grateful for all the help and support. She knew that it was the community's strength and unity that had made all this possible. She organized a thank you dinner for the whole village, celebrating their achievements. It was a beautiful evening, with stories and laughter shared under the stars. The village's efforts also inspired other villages and towns to start their own environmental projects. Emma and the villagers shared their experiences and helped others to start. It was the beginning of a movement, with small communities leading the way in caring for the planet. Years went by, and the village continued to thrive. Emma's children grew up and started their own projects, adding to the legacy of their grandmother and mother. The village became known as a place of beauty, creativity, and hope, a true testament to what can be achieved when people come together for a common cause. Emma often sat by the beach, looking at the horizon, thinking about how far they had come. She felt proud and hopeful. The journey had not been easy, but it had been worth it. The village was not just a place on the map, it was a beacon of light, showing the way towards a better future for all.
Emma's next step was to bring the world closer to the village. She started a blog and a social media page where she shared stories, pictures, and lessons from the village. She wanted to show others how small changes could make a big difference in protecting the environment and building a strong community. People from all over the world followed their story, inspired by the simplicity and beauty of their lifestyle. The children of the village, now regular participants in the yearly art competition, started their own little projects. They cleaned beaches, planted more trees, and even started a small club to learn more about wildlife. Emma supported them by providing materials and a space to meet. She saw in these children the hope and future of the village. Emma and the villagers noticed a change in the sea. The water was clearer, and there were more fish. The beach cleanups and careful practices had helped the marine life to recover. Emma organized guided tours for visitors to see the beauty of the underwater world, teaching them about the importance of preserving such beauty. The village became a center for ecotourism. Visitors didn't just come for the beach. They came to experience the lifestyle, to learn from the villagers about sustainability, and to take part in the community's activities. Emma made sure that the tourism didn't harm the environment. She worked with local businesses to ensure that they used eco-friendly practices. Emma never forgot the importance of her family's history and the lessons her mother taught her. She wrote a book about her journey, her mother's legacy, and the village's transformation. The book was a tribute to her mother's dream and a guide for others who wanted to make a difference. It was well received, spreading the message even further. As the village grew, so did its needs. Emma worked with the community to ensure that the growth was sustainable. They implemented water-saving techniques, used solar panels for energy, and continued to improve their recycling program. The village was a living example of how to live in harmony with nature. The younger generation, inspired by Emma and the changes in the village, started to pursue studies and careers in environmental science, marine biology, and sustainable engineering. They wanted to bring new knowledge and innovative ideas back to the village, ensuring its growth and sustainability for future generations. Emma's initiative had started a ripple effect, with schools from other areas visiting the village to learn about their way of life. Emma and the villagers organized workshops for these students, teaching them about glassmaking, environmental conservation, and the importance of community. These visits inspired many young people to start similar projects in their own communities. On the anniversary of her mother's passing, Emma organized a special event in her memory. It was a day of tree planting, where every villager and visitor planted a tree in honor of someone they loved. The village was surrounded by a new forest, a living memory of loved ones and a testament to the community's commitment to the environment. Looking back on all that had been achieved, Emma felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The village had become more than just a home, it was a beacon of hope, a place where the impossible became possible through love, hard work, and community spirit. Emma knew that the journey was far from over, but she also knew that they were on the right path, creating a better world one step at a time.
Emma noticed that the village had not only changed in how it looked, but also in how people thought. Before, many believed that one person couldn't make much difference. Now, they saw that even small actions could create big changes. Emma felt happy to see this new way of thinking spread. The village's success story reached far and wide. Schools from other countries invited Emma to talk about her journey and the village's transformation. She traveled to share her story, hoping to inspire others. Emma always said that if her village could do it, any place could. Back home, the villagers started a mentorship program. They paired up the younger ones with adults who could teach them different skills, not just about glassmaking or environmental care, but also about cooking, building, and even storytelling. This way, the village's traditions and new knowledge passed on from one generation to the next. Emma also focused on the health of the villagers. She invited health experts to teach about nutrition and exercise. Together, they set up a community garden where they grew vegetables and fruits. Everyone helped in the garden, and it became a place of laughter and learning. The village's beauty and harmony attracted artists and writers seeking inspiration. Emma welcomed them and gave them a place to work. In return, they taught classes and workshops. This exchange of ideas and skills enriched the village's cultural life and brought new forms of art and expression to the community. Emma and the village council created a sustainability fund. They saved money from tourism and donations to use for environmental projects and to help anyone in the village in need. This fund ensured that the village could continue its efforts and support its people, no matter what the future held. Technology played a part too. Emma set up a website where people could buy glass art made in the village. This helped the artists reach customers all over the world. The website also had a section for educational resources about sustainability and community living. The annual beach festival became a much-anticipated event, drawing people from all corners of the globe. It celebrated the village's achievements and raised awareness about environmental issues. The festival included a day of silence for reflection on how humans impact the earth, reminding everyone of the importance of living in harmony with nature. Emma's dream of a better world was no longer just a dream. It was a reality lived every day in her village. She knew challenges would come, but she also knew they had the strength and unity to face them. Emma felt a deep connection to everyone in the village, bound together by shared purpose and love for their home. As Emma walked through the village one evening, she saw the lights in the homes, heard the laughter of families, and felt the peaceful energy that surrounded the place. She looked up at the stars, thinking of her mother and how proud she would be. Emma whispered a thank you to the breeze, knowing it was all connected, a circle of life and love that would keep going, always.
One day, a big challenge came. A company wanted to build a large hotel right on the beach near the village. This would harm the beach and the sea life. Emma and the villagers did not want this. They all worked together to find a way to stop it. They talked to leaders and people from other places, telling them how the hotel would hurt their home and the earth. The children of the village made big pictures showing how beautiful their beach was and how it could look if the hotel was built. They took these pictures to the company and asked them to think again about building the hotel. The pictures were so powerful that they made many people talk about the issue. Emma also invited the company leaders to the village. She showed them the beauty of the place and how the villagers lived in harmony with nature. She talked to them about how important it was to protect the environment. After seeing the village and listening to Emma, the company leaders decided not to build the hotel. Instead, they wanted to help the village in other ways. This victory brought the village closer together. They saw that when they worked as one, they could face big challenges and win. This made them even more committed to taking care of their home and each other. The story of how the village stopped the hotel spread far and wide. It inspired other places facing similar challenges. People came to the village to learn from Emma and the villagers about how to protect their homes and the environment. Emma started a program for these visitors. They could stay in the village and learn about sustainability, community living, and how to fight for their environment. This program helped spread the village's message and ways of living to many places around the world. The village's example also changed how some businesses thought about the environment. Companies started to see that they could be successful without harming nature. They looked to the village for guidance on how to change their ways. As more people and businesses started to live and work in harmony with the environment, the world began to change. The air became cleaner, the seas fuller with life, and the earth greener. Emma saw this change and knew that her village had played a part in making it happen. Years passed, and Emma grew older. She saw the children she had taught become leaders in the village and beyond. They carried with them the lessons of the village, to live with love for each other and the earth. Emma felt proud and hopeful for the future. One evening, as the sun set, Emma sat on the beach, looking out at the sea. She thought about all that had happened and how much had changed. She knew that the journey wasn't over, but she felt peace knowing that the village and its ways would continue, a beacon of hope and love in the world.
Emma's work had inspired not just her own village, but many others across the world. Stories of their success were shared in schools, in books, and online, showing that change was possible with determination and unity. Emma often thought about how her simple wish to save her village had grown into a global movement. She smiled at the thought, grateful for the journey. The village became a model for sustainable living. Universities and researchers visited to study how the villagers lived in harmony with nature. They were especially interested in the traditional methods combined with new technologies. The village showed that preserving traditions could go hand in hand with innovation for a better future. Emma encouraged the younger generation to dream big. She set up scholarships with the help of donations for children in the village to study environmental science, engineering, and other fields that could help their community and the world. She wanted to ensure that the village's spirit of care and innovation lived on. The village's success had shown Emma that education was key. She worked to improve the local school, bringing in teachers skilled in different subjects and focusing on outdoor learning. Children learned about plants, animals, and ecosystems right in their backyard, fostering a deep respect for nature from a young age. Emma also focused on the arts. She believed that music, painting, and storytelling could express the beauty of living in harmony with the environment. The village held art exhibitions and music festivals that attracted visitors from around the world, sharing their message through creativity. The village's approach to healthcare also evolved. They used both modern medicine and traditional healing practices, recognizing the value in each. This holistic approach led to the establishment of a wellness center in the village, where people could learn about nutrition, exercise, and mental health in addition to receiving medical care. Emma never forgot the importance of listening. She held regular meetings where villagers could share their ideas, concerns, and dreams for the future. These gatherings ensured that every voice was heard and decisions were made together. It strengthened the sense of community and ensured that the village continued to evolve in a way that benefited everyone. As technology advanced, the village found ways to use it without harming their environment. Solar panels powered their homes and workshops, and they used rainwater harvesting systems to conserve water. They shared their experiences and lessons learned online, helping other communities to adopt sustainable practices. Emma's vision had always been about more than just saving the village. It was about creating a way of life that could sustain the planet for generations to come. She saw that change was a continuous journey, one that required patience, resilience, and hope. She remained committed to this journey, knowing that each small step made a difference. In her old age, Emma often sat by the sea, reflecting on the path she and her village had taken. She was filled with a deep sense of peace, knowing she had ignited a spark that would continue to grow, spreading light and hope far beyond her little village. The legacy of their work, she knew, would live on in the hearts and actions of those inspired by their story.
Emma's teachings about living in harmony with nature spread far beyond her village. Schools from other countries started to include lessons about the environment and how to protect it, inspired by Emma's village. Children learned that even the smallest actions could help the earth. They started projects like planting trees and cleaning up rivers. Emma was happy to see young people leading the way. The village became a place where people from all over the world came to learn. They didn't just come to see the beautiful beaches or the green forests. They came to learn how to make their communities better. Emma and the villagers shared everything they knew. They showed their guests how to grow food without harming the land and how to use less water. Emma also helped start a program where people could swap seeds from different parts of the world. This way, they could grow more kinds of food and help plants that were in danger of disappearing. The seed swap became very popular, and it helped many people grow healthier, more diverse gardens. The villagers started to use bicycles more instead of cars. They fixed up old bikes and taught each other how to repair them. This made the air cleaner and the streets quieter. Children loved racing each other on their bikes down the paths by the sea. Emma noticed that the bees were coming back. The flowers were blooming more brightly than ever, and the trees were full of fruit. The village had become a haven for all kinds of creatures. People came just to see the butterflies and birds that lived there. Emma knew that when you take care of nature, it takes care of you back. The village's fishermen started to fish in a way that didn't hurt the fish populations. They used nets that let the small, young fish escape. This meant there were more fish in the sea every year. The fishermen were proud that they could catch enough to feed the village without harming the ocean. Emma encouraged the villagers to start small businesses that could help the environment. Some started making clothes from natural fabrics. Others made jewelry from sea glass and shells. These businesses didn't just make money, they also showed how beautiful and valuable nature is. The village's success story was made into a documentary. People from all over watched it and were inspired to make changes in their own communities. Emma was invited to talk about the village at big meetings and conferences. She was a little nervous at first, but she knew it was important to share what they had learned. Sometimes, Emma missed the quiet days before the village became famous. But she knew that their message was too important to keep to themselves. She hoped that one day, all the world would live like her village, in peace with the earth. Emma lived to see her great-grandchildren grow up in the village. They played on the same beaches and learned from the land, just like she had. Emma passed on her love for the earth to them, and she knew they would continue her work. The village was a beacon of hope, a place where people lived not just for themselves, but for the future of the planet.
Emma's dream of a green world had started small, just a tiny seed in her heart. But now, that seed had grown into a huge tree, spreading its branches wide. The village had shown the world that living with respect for nature wasn't just a dream, it was possible. Emma's message was simple but powerful. Care for the earth, and it will care for you. The village library grew, filled with books about nature, science, and stories of people who made a difference. Emma made sure there were plenty of books for children. She wanted them to read about heroes who protected the planet. She believed stories could inspire them to be brave and do great things for the world. Every year, the village held a big festival to celebrate the earth. People from all around came to share their knowledge and learn from each other. They had workshops on how to make homes greener, save water, and protect animals. The festival ended with a night of music and dancing under the stars. It was a time of joy and hope. Emma also started a project to clean up the beaches and the sea. The villagers worked together with people from other places to pick up trash and make the water safe for fish and animals. They showed that when people come together, they can solve big problems. In the village, everyone, from the youngest child to the oldest grandparent, had a role in taking care of the community. They looked after the gardens, the animals, and each other. This way of living made them strong and happy. They knew they were part of something important. Emma's village became a home for many animals that had lost their places to live. The villagers set up safe areas for these animals to live and grow. Children grew up knowing the names of all the birds and animals, seeing them not as strangers but as neighbors and friends. The villagers learned to use the sun and wind to make energy. They set up solar panels on roofs and small windmills. This clean energy powered their homes and workshops. Emma was proud to see her village shining brightly at night, a light powered by the forces of nature. Emma started a program for artists to come and live in the village. They created beautiful art inspired by the sea, the forests, and the wildlife. This art was shown in galleries and cities around the world, carrying the message of the village far and wide. The village's story was taught in schools everywhere. Children learned about Emma and her villagers as heroes who fought for the planet. They were inspired to start their own projects, planting trees, saving water, and finding new ways to live without hurting the earth. As time passed, Emma's small village became a legend, a true story of hope and courage. It was a reminder that even the smallest action could create a wave of change. Emma's dream had grown into a global movement, all from the love and care of one small village for their beautiful planet.
The villagers, with Emma's guidance, started a tradition where every new building had to have a garden. This wasn't just for beauty. The gardens helped cool the houses and gave fresh fruits and vegetables to the families. Even the smallest home had greenery climbing up its walls and flowers blooming in pots. This made the air in the village sweet and clean. Emma believed in the power of teaching young minds. So, she organized nature camps for kids during the summer. These camps were filled with fun activities like planting trees, learning about different plants and animals, and how to take care of them. The children loved these camps. They went home with stories of adventure and a deep respect for nature. The village's success with living in harmony with nature attracted scientists and researchers. They came to study how the village's way of life helped the environment. They learned about traditional methods of farming that saved water and kept the soil healthy. These scientists went back to their own countries with new ideas to help solve environmental problems. Emma and the villagers didn't keep their knowledge to themselves. They shared their lessons with anyone who wanted to learn. They held online classes and wrote books about their way of life. People from different parts of the world started to change their habits because of what they learned from the village. The village bakery used grains grown in their own fields. They baked bread, cakes, and pies that didn't have any chemicals in them. People loved the taste of real food. The bakery became a place where villagers gathered to share stories and enjoy a warm meal together. Emma also focused on the importance of water. She led projects to clean the rivers and make sure they stayed clean. The villagers built small dams to collect rainwater for the dry seasons. They treated the water with care, knowing it was the source of all life. On the edge of the village, Emma set up a wildlife sanctuary. This place became a safe home for animals that had nowhere else to go. The sanctuary grew bigger every year, and soon it was a place where people could come to learn about wildlife conservation. The village became famous for its festivals. These weren't just celebrations, they were also a way to teach others. Each festival had themes like "Water is Life" or "Grow Together with Nature." Artists, musicians, and storytellers came to share their work, all inspired by the love for the earth. Under Emma's leadership, the village started a recycling program. Nothing was wasted. They found creative ways to reuse and recycle materials. The children made toys from recycled materials, and the adults made furniture and decorations. This not only reduced waste but also sparked creativity in the community. As the village flourished, Emma remained humble. She knew that the true heroes were the villagers themselves, each person contributing in their own way. Emma's dream had become a reality, not because of one person, but because a community came together with a shared vision of living in harmony with the earth.
Emma's vision for a green world didn't stop at her village. She reached out to nearby villages, sharing seeds and knowledge. She taught them how to start their own gardens and use natural resources wisely. Slowly, the green patches of earth began to spread, connecting one community to another like a quilt of life. In the heart of the village, a big tree stood as a symbol of unity. Under its shade, people gathered to make decisions together. They spoke about what they could do better and celebrated their achievements. This tree was more than just a plant. It was a reminder of their commitment to each other and the planet. The village's approach to education was unique. Alongside reading and math, children learned how to take care of plants and animals. They had lessons outside, under the sky, where they could touch and see what they were learning about. This way, they grew up understanding that education wasn't just about books, but about life itself. Emma encouraged the villagers to use bicycles and walk as much as possible. This not only kept the air clean, but also made everyone healthier. The village paths were filled with flowers and benches where people could rest and enjoy the beauty around them. The village's respect for nature even influenced their celebrations. Instead of fireworks, they had lantern festivals. They made lanterns that floated in the water and flew in the sky, lighting up the night with gentle, beautiful light. This way, they celebrated without harming the earth. Emma and her friends started a workshop to make natural soaps and cleaning products. They used plants and herbs to make products that were safe for the environment. People from other places started to buy these, impressed by their quality and the love that went into making them. The village became a model for sustainable living. Delegations from cities and countries came to see how they managed to live in harmony with nature. Emma welcomed them with open arms, eager to share her dream with the world. Even the animals seemed to sense the village was a place of peace. Birds built nests in the gardens, and deer visited the outskirts, unafraid. The villagers treated them with respect, understanding they were part of the same web of life. The changes in the village had a ripple effect. The cleaner air and water, the return of plants and animals, showed what was possible when people lived with care for their environment. It was a beacon of hope in a world facing environmental challenges. Emma's simple dream had grown into a powerful movement, transforming not just her village, but inspiring change far beyond its borders. Her belief in a better way to live had shown that even the smallest actions could make a big difference. The village stood as a testament to what can be achieved when people come together with a common purpose, to live in harmony with the earth.
The village's success story spread far and wide, inspiring more people to visit and learn from them. Emma organized workshops for visitors, teaching them how to start their own gardens, conserve water, and make their homes more energy efficient. She hoped that by sharing their knowledge, more communities would adopt a sustainable way of living. Emma also introduced art and music inspired by nature into the daily life of the village. Local artists created murals on the walls of buildings, depicting forests, rivers, and wildlife. Musicians composed songs about the beauty of the earth, which were performed at community gatherings. This blend of culture and environmentalism strengthened the bond between the villagers and their love for the planet. The children of the village played a significant role in spreading Emma's message. They wrote letters to children in other parts of the world, describing their life in the village and how they helped take care of the earth. These letters sparked friendships and encouraged other children to start environmental projects in their own communities. Emma's village started a seed bank, collecting seeds from plants that were native to the area. These seeds were shared with anyone who wanted to plant them, helping to preserve the diversity of plant life. The seed bank became a symbol of the village's commitment to protecting nature's bounty for future generations. The village's approach to food was transformed as well. Meals were prepared using only local and seasonal ingredients, reducing the need for transportation and supporting local farmers. This not only cut down on pollution but also provided the villagers with fresher, healthier food options. Emma emphasized the importance of water conservation by setting up rainwater harvesting systems throughout the village. This helped replenish the groundwater and ensured that there was enough water for everyone, even during dry spells. The villagers learned to value every drop of water and used it wisely. To reduce waste, the village started a composting program. Organic waste was turned into compost, which was then used to enrich the soil in the gardens. This cycle of reuse helped the village minimize its environmental footprint and taught everyone the value of resources that are often taken for granted. Under Emma's guidance, the village developed eco-friendly housing solutions. Houses were built using sustainable materials and designed to maximize natural light and ventilation. This reduced the need for artificial lighting and air conditioning, lowering energy consumption and creating healthier living spaces. The village's commitment to sustainability attracted eco-tourists, who came to experience its simple yet harmonious way of life. Emma saw this as an opportunity to further spread their message. The visitors left with a deeper understanding of environmental stewardship and ideas on how to implement similar practices in their own lives. Through hard work and dedication, Emma and her village had created a living example of how humans could live in balance with nature. Their story was a testament to the power of community, showing that when people come together with a common goal, they can create a better world for themselves and future generations.
Emma knew the importance of keeping the Earth's air clean. She worked with her friends to plant more trees around the village. Trees are good because they breathe in bad air and breathe out good air. This made the village air feel fresher and healthier for everyone. The village also started using less electricity. At night, they used lamps that got their energy from the sun. During the day, they let sunlight light up their homes. This saved a lot of energy and helped the village use less power from outside sources. Emma and the villagers learned to reuse things instead of throwing them away. Old clothes were turned into quilts or bags. Broken things were fixed, not thrown out. This way, they made less trash and used things for a longer time. The village had a big market every week where people swapped things. Someone's old book could become someone else's new treasure. This market was a fun way to find new things without making more waste. Emma also talked to the village about eating less meat. Raising animals for food takes a lot of water and land and can make the air dirty. The villagers started eating more plants and found they were just as tasty. They grew their own vegetables and fruits, which was better for the earth. The village's animals were happy too. Without using chemicals on the farms, the water and land were cleaner. This meant more fish in the rivers and more bees in the gardens. The animals were part of the village's big family. Emma's village showed everyone that it's possible to live in a way that's good for the earth. People from other places came to learn and started to make changes in their own villages and cities. The children in the village grew up knowing how to take care of the earth. They promised to keep the village green and teach their own children one day. Emma was happy to see that the future was in good hands. Every year, the village had a big celebration to thank the earth for its gifts. They sang songs, shared food, and told stories about how their village changed. It was a time to remember that every small act of kindness to the earth matters. Emma's dream of a green and happy village came true. She proved that even one person's idea could grow into something that changes the world. The village was a tiny spot on the map, but its message of hope and care for the earth spread far and wide.
Emma noticed that the wildlife began to thrive once more around the village. Birds that once flew away to other places came back. They built nests in the trees and sang every morning. This made the villagers very happy because it showed that nature was healing. The village pond, which had been dirty, was cleaned up. Emma and her friends removed trash from the water. They planted flowers and trees around it. Soon, the water looked clear, and fish returned. Children liked to watch the fish, and sometimes they saw frogs jumping around the pond too. Emma also helped the village save energy. They learned to make windmills from old parts. The windmills helped pump water and grind grain without using electricity. This was good because it saved energy and the windmills looked beautiful in the fields. To travel around, people in the village fixed old bicycles instead of driving cars. This made the air cleaner because cars make a lot of dirty smoke. Riding bicycles also made the villagers healthier because it was good exercise. Emma encouraged everyone to share things with each other. If someone had too many vegetables from their garden, they shared with a neighbor. If someone needed help fixing their house, others came to help. This way, everyone had what they needed, and no one was left out. The village became a quiet, peaceful place. Without so many cars and machines, you could hear the sounds of nature. People talked more with each other because they were not always busy with gadgets and screens. This made the villagers feel closer to each other. Children in the village loved learning about nature. They had classes outside where they could touch the soil, watch insects, and learn how plants grow. Emma showed them how everything in nature is connected. The children grew up loving their planet and wanting to take care of it. Emma started a small library in the village. It had books about plants, animals, and how to live in a way that is good for the earth. People loved to borrow the books. They learned many new things and shared what they learned with others. On weekends, the village held a repair cafe. People brought things that were broken, like toys, clothes, and tools. Together, they learned how to fix these things. It was fun, and it saved money. It also taught everyone that throwing things away is not the only option. Emma's village became known as a green village. Other villages and towns wanted to learn from them. They started making their own changes, like planting more trees and saving water. Emma was proud. She knew that even small changes can make a big difference when people work together.
Emma had an idea to start a small garden at the village school. She thought it would be good for the children to learn how to grow their own food. The children helped to plant vegetables and herbs. They watered the plants every day and watched them grow. This made them very proud and happy. The village started to use rainwater better. They collected rain from the roofs into big barrels. They used this water for gardens and flushing toilets. This saved a lot of clean water. The villagers were amazed at how much water they could save just by collecting rain. Emma talked to the village about using less plastic. Plastic can hurt the earth because it doesn't go away for a very long time. The villagers started to use bags made of cloth for shopping. They also used cups and plates that could be washed instead of thrown away. This helped reduce the plastic waste in the village. The village cafe started to make meals with ingredients that were grown nearby. This meant the food didn't have to travel far to get to the plate. It was fresher and tasted better. People in the village loved this idea, and the cafe became a very popular place. Emma encouraged the village to have a car-free day once a month. On this day, nobody used their car. Instead, they walked, rode bikes, or used carts. The streets were quiet and safe for children to play. The air felt cleaner, and the villagers enjoyed the peaceful day. The village also started making their own compost. They put food scraps and plant waste into a big bin. Over time, this waste turned into rich soil that could be used in the gardens. This was good for the plants and reduced the amount of trash. Emma helped set up a system for sharing tools and equipment. Instead of everyone buying their own, they could borrow what they needed from a central place. This saved money and space in their homes. It also brought the villagers closer together because they were sharing and helping each other. To save energy, the village started having starlight nights. On these nights, everyone turned off their lights and enjoyed the stars. It was beautiful and made everyone feel connected to the sky and the earth. It also saved a lot of electricity. Emma and the villagers started a tradition of storytelling nights. They gathered around a fire and told stories about the village and the earth. These nights were special because they reminded everyone of their history and the importance of taking care of the planet. The village's efforts to live in harmony with the earth made it a happier and healthier place. People from far away came to see the green village and learn from it. Emma was happy to see her dream come true. She knew that even small actions could make a big difference in the world.
As the village became greener, more birds and butterflies visited the gardens. The children made birdhouses and butterfly feeders. They loved seeing the colorful visitors. This helped them learn more about nature and why it's important to protect it. Emma organized a village cleanup day every month. Everyone helped pick up litter and clean the streets. This made the village look beautiful and taught everyone to be careful about where they put their trash. The village hall started using solar panels for electricity. This was a big change. The sun's power was used to light the building and heat water. People were surprised to see how well it worked. They started thinking about using solar power in their own homes. To help the bees, the village planted flowers everywhere. Bees are very important because they help plants grow by moving pollen. The flowers also made the village look pretty. Everyone enjoyed the buzzing of the bees and the sight of them working in the flowers. Emma and the villagers made a walking and biking path around the village. This made it easier and safer for people to walk or ride bikes. More people started to leave their cars at home. This was good for their health and the environment. The village started a swap meet. People brought things they didn't need and traded with others. This was a fun way to reuse things instead of throwing them away. It also helped people save money. In the winter, the village made a community greenhouse. They could grow vegetables even when it was cold outside. This meant they could have fresh food all year. The greenhouse used the sun's heat, so it didn't need much extra energy to stay warm. Emma encouraged the village to save seeds from their plants. This way, they could grow their own plants next year without buying new seeds. It also helped them keep old and special kinds of plants growing. Saving seeds became a fun project for everyone. The village started a small farmers' market. Local farmers and gardeners could sell their fruits, vegetables, and other homemade things. People liked buying food that was grown nearby. It tasted better and was better for the planet. Emma's dream had spread beyond the village. Other places heard about the Green Village and wanted to make changes too. Emma was invited to share her story and ideas with other communities. She was happy to help. She knew that if many people made small changes, it could make a big difference to the world. The village showed that living in a way that's good for the earth made life better for everyone. People were healthier, happier, and felt closer to each other and nature. Emma was proud of what they had achieved together. She knew that the journey to protect the planet was ongoing, but she was ready to keep leading the way, one small step at a time.
The village library started a special section about gardening, nature, and how to live in a way that's good for the planet. This helped everyone learn more. Even the kids loved reading books about how to take care of the earth. They shared their new knowledge with their families. Emma organized workshops where people could learn how to fix things instead of throwing them away. They learned to repair clothes, toys, and even some simple electronics. This helped reduce waste and taught valuable skills. People enjoyed learning and were proud to use things they had fixed themselves. The village also began collecting rainwater in larger tanks. This water was used for more than just gardens now. They used it to wash cars and the outside of houses. This saved even more clean water. The villagers were amazed at how simple changes could make such a big difference. To make the village even greener, they started planting more trees. Each family agreed to plant at least one tree every year. Trees are good for the air and give shade when it's hot. The village soon became known for its beautiful green streets. Emma helped the school start an environmental club. The kids in the club learned about the environment and worked on projects to make their school greener. They even started a small recycling program. The kids felt important because they were helping the planet. The village's efforts to be green helped the local wildlife. More birds, squirrels, and even some deer were seen around the village. People were careful not to disturb them. They felt lucky to live in a place where they could be close to nature. To save energy, the villagers started having dinner by candlelight once a week. This was not only good for saving electricity, but also made the meals special. Families talked and laughed more during these candlelit dinners. It brought them closer together. Emma's next project was to encourage people to share more. Instead of everyone buying things they only used once in a while, they shared with their neighbors. This saved money and was another way to reduce waste. Sharing became a natural part of village life. The village also started using natural cleaners made from vinegar, baking soda, and lemon. This was healthier for them and the planet. The kids even had a contest to see who could make the best-smelling natural cleaner. Everyone had fun and learned that cleaning doesn't need to involve harsh chemicals. Finally, Emma and the village started a green festival. Once a year, people from nearby places came to learn about living in harmony with the planet. There were workshops, games, and food. The festival was a big success. It spread the message of living green far and wide. The village became a model for others wanting to live in a more environmentally friendly way. Emma was happy to see her dream growing. She knew there was still much to do, but she was hopeful. The village had shown that when people come together, they can make a big change for the better.
The villagers started a composting program. Everyone saved their kitchen scraps, like fruit peels and vegetable cuttings. These scraps were turned into compost. The compost was then used to make the soil in gardens richer. This helped plants grow better without chemical fertilizers. Emma noticed that the village's small actions were inspiring children to think of their own projects. One group of kids started a campaign to save water. They made posters showing how to save water and put them up all around the village. They also visited homes to share tips on saving water. The village started a carpool system. People who worked in the same place or nearby shared rides. This meant fewer cars on the road, which was good for the air and saved everyone money. It also made the neighbors spend more time together and become closer friends. Emma encouraged everyone to spend more time outside. The village organized weekly walks in the nearby woods. These walks were a chance for people to enjoy nature and learn more about the plants and animals living around them. It also made them more active and healthy. The village hall began to host monthly meetings where people could suggest new green projects. Everyone, even the children, could share their ideas. This made the villagers feel like they were all working together as a team. Many creative and helpful ideas came from these meetings. To help reduce plastic waste, the village started using cloth bags. Emma showed everyone how to make their own bags from old clothes and fabric. These bags were used for shopping and carrying things. It greatly reduced the number of plastic bags that the village used. The village's success with its green projects caught the attention of local newspapers and TV. Reporters came to see what the village was doing. This made more people learn about their work. Emma and the villagers were happy to share their story, hoping it would encourage others to start similar projects. Seeing the impact of their efforts, the villagers decided to adopt a nearby stream. They cleaned it up and planted trees and flowers along its banks. This not only made the stream look beautiful but also helped the water stay clean. It became a favorite spot for picnics and relaxing. The village's older people started a gardening club. They shared their knowledge about growing food and flowers with the younger people. This helped keep the village's traditions alive. The gardening club also started a seed bank, saving seeds from the best plants for next year. Lastly, Emma and the village worked to make their homes more energy efficient. They added insulation, used energy-saving light bulbs, and made sure that windows and doors didn't let heat escape. This reduced the amount of energy they needed to keep their homes warm in winter and cool in summer. Through these efforts, the village became a place where everyone, young and old, worked together to make their home a better place. Emma was proud of what they had accomplished. She knew that their small village was making a big difference in the world.
Over the years, the village underwent a remarkable transformation, becoming not just a model of green living but a tight-knit community characterized by happiness and cooperation. The seeds of change, planted by Emma, blossomed into a sustainable environment underscored by a strong sense of unity and joy. Emma, regarded as a visionary leader, steered the village toward ecological friendliness and communal harmony, proving that incremental changes could lead to substantial impacts. The village's youth, raised in this culture of environmental respect and communal care, were poised to carry these values into the wider world. Their upbringing in the village equipped them with a profound appreciation for nature and community, promising a brighter future influenced by their environmentally conscious actions. Meanwhile, the village's annual Green Festival, which had expanded to draw visitors globally, served as a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of collective action in achieving societal goals. A significant milestone was reached when the village received a national award for its environmental stewardship, recognizing its achievements in green living. This accolade was a source of immense pride for the villagers, reinforcing Emma's message that their collective efforts were key to their success. The prize money was channeled into a scholarship fund, ensuring the sustainability of the village's ethos through the education of its younger generation in environmental science and community development. As the village evolved into a hub for sustainable living education, it attracted global attention, showcasing effective practices in waste management, water conservation, wildlife protection, and living in harmony with nature. Emma's later years were marked by her authoring a best-selling book about the village's journey, inspiring other communities to initiate their green projects and cementing her legacy as a catalyst for change. The narrative of the village culminates not just in a happy ending, but heralds a new beginning, where daily life embodies responsibility, care, and environmental protection. Emma's vision had been realized. The village stood as a powerful example of what can be achieved when individuals unite for a cause greater than themselves, ensuring a legacy of environmental stewardship and community spirit for generations to come.